everyone. This is the Easy Allies podcast. I'm your moderator, Kyle Bossman, and joining us this week, a special E3 week, is Ian Hink.
Hi.
Michael Damiani.
Hello.
And, as always, Brandon Jones.
Hello.
Are you making fun of Damiani?
No.
Okay.
No, I'm laughing at nothing.
He mirrored you, dude.
I can do better than that if I want to make fun of Damiani.
Oh,
Yeah, that was amateur hour.
Yeah.
Okay.
Even I know that.
Do you want to give us a little hint of how you would make fun of Michael Damiani?
Well, he'd have to do something, and then I'd have to imitate him. So,
Like, remember my answer to Horizon yesterday?
Obviously not. What are you talking about? Do I
I
remember
said
your
how
answer to
Zelda was
Horizon?
going to destroy Horizon yesterday.
Okay.
About the flying horse.
Oh,
thing.
yes, I
There
remember
you go.
that.
Now
Yeah.
you're
I think Marco Rossato really refined the Damiani impression. So I would ultimately be imitating Marco Rossato, imitating Michael Damiani.
Which is what?
Oh,
yeah, that's it.
It's close to Buttons.
Oh, no.
Oh my god!
It's not that far from Buttons.
Channel
I don't want
Damiani.
to talk about Zelda. Why are we doing this podcast right now?
See, I can't.
Okay.
How do you top that?
Here.
Are you all ready for the
Leave me
word of the day?
alone.
Let's do it.
The word of the day is vexillology.
Oh my God.
Vexillology. This
Dun,
is the
dun.
study of flags. Vexillology.
Okay.
Hopefully this will be relevant to one of the video games we talk about today. Okay, everyone's writing down vexillology.
Why?
Okay.
I know the word in my
Don't
head.
sweat it.
Okay. Damiani's got it in his head. So let's do some
Pixels.
corrections music. Begin corrections music, please. Could someone over there sing me some corrections music? Or just hum it? Okay, thank you, Brad. Keep going.
Keep it
dude.
going.
Andrew House announced the PlayStation 4 price, and it was $100 cheaper than the Xbox One. Injustice doesn't have any fatalities or finishers. That was Mortal Kombat versus DC Universe. In the Kingdom Hearts 3 trailer, the two people playing chess were Xenohort and Xehanort and Ericus?
Okay.
Master
yes.
Ericus.
Master
Nice.
Ericus.
Who
I
got
remember
that
his name.
wrong?
Jones and everyone got
Okay,
that wrong.
Jones is
All four of us.
excused. I thought it was you, Kyle.
End the corrections music, please.
Stop the corrections music. Good job.
Thank you, Brad. That was good, Brad.
like
That was
this.
super good. Is that microphone on, Damiani?
Yes.
No,
It
no,
is?
it shouldn't be.
Then how they hear it? They're laughing at it.
Because the
Man.
mics
Oh,
pick
you
up the
can
whole
maybe
damn
pick it up
room. We
here.
can hear everything these bastards are doing.
Boo.
Okay, cool. All right, so yeah, obviously those weren't all the corrections, but I had to get this podcast going. So we got some good ones in there. We were very wrong last show.
Oh, yes. Okay.
So here's how I want to kick off this podcast.
Podcast is so much better now. Can I just talk about the dog or stuff?
Talk about the dog for a second, Damiani. You're talking to me about killing time, and now here we are just laughing at this dog.
The dog's it's so cute.
Oh my god.
Look at it.
We love Sophie.
All
Let's
right,
do this.
so here's what I want to do with the first half of this podcast, everyone. You know what my favorite way to start a podcast?
With a death.
So no, it's actually I like to start it with a game announcement.
Oh.
Oh,
And,
I think there were some today.
There were many game announcements.
Actually, there were 0.
No, Damiani, this,
For the previous week, do not
this is
understand
a
the
weekly
podcast.
podcast. This is a weekly podcast. So okay, we have many game announcements, and basically what I did is my personal top 5 game announcements of E3. You're welcome to disagree with them and the order, but that's how we're doing it. Let me know. Shout at me if you don't like this.
It's your show.
We don't like any of this.
No. If you're like, hey, I think you should have mentioned that game. I want to hear that.
Oh.
Beat the comments to it. Number 5, Dead Rising 4 was
Don't-
announced at the
don't like
Xbox
this.
press conference.
It was leaked, so no.
Oh, ouch. Jones, what do you think about the announcement of Dead Rising 4?
I missed the opening part of the trailer. I liked that it opened with him on his phone. I thought that was kind of fun. That was a fun way to reveal Frank,
Yeah.
that Frank was back. We talked about that before. I think the Christmas angle is really interesting. I'm curious if
Yes.
that, because the last time we saw Frank, other than the DLC that was added to 2, I believe, off the record or something. You say Christmas, I think a mall. I think shopping. And
Yeah.
I wonder if we're going to see him in more commercial areas.
Wait, Jones, did you watch the whole trailer? We
yeah.
go to the mall, man.
No, I know there's a mall in it, but I don't. Like, is that like a second? Do you start there?
Oh,
Is
sure,
that
sure.
like how big is that? Is that just like one tiny part of the game, or is that your hub? Is that where you start from? And it was goofy. It was fun. They definitely did not take a moment of it seriously. I think it's smart to bring Frank back. So I think while it deserves to be number 5, I would even accept it being lower than that. I don't think they did anything wrong.
Sure.
So excited. I will play it.
Ian, go ahead.
You're saying that is the 5th most important game announcement of the week?
Yeah.
Dead Island Snore.
It's not Dead Island. It's
Dead Rising Boar.
Oh my god. Damiani, was it a good call to make it Christmas? Is it different enough? Does this game seem different enough to warrant a sequel?
It just looked like they had bigger and better things for you to use to kill zombies.
The Triceratops fire breath was cool.
Well, no, because you also had like a sick candy cane launcher, some Christmas-themed weapons.
I mean, I saw that. That's what I was saying. Like, they have some different weapons and stuff, but I feel like that game was fun to play through the first time. Like, whatever game you jumped in on that series was great. I don't know if I could really play another one. Like, I just had a good time with... I did 2. I played 2. I loved it. I was like, I don't know if 3 seemed like a drastically different tone, though. But 1, 2, and whatever the other not expansion, but like the alternate version or whatever. I'm forgetting it
Jones
now.
talked about it. Something Cases? What's it called, Jones? The DLC?
No.
Case West.
Case West.
Thank you.
Case West.
Yeah.
Case West.
Those ones, like, they're fun. But I don't need to play another one.
Fine.
I don't feel like I need to.
Okay, well, that was everyone be excited. That was the 5th most important game announcement of E3.
Yeah, we're in for a real ride.
Number
here.
4, Quake Champions.
Yas.
Okay, so we got a Yas from Ian. Why is that a Yas?
I don't know. Quake is cool. It's fun. It's twitchy. It looks like it's going in an interesting direction. I mean, we'll see if it's just a serious Overwatch hero shooter kind of thing, or if it's more just how Quake was. I have to believe that anyone playing it can use any weapon, otherwise it wouldn't feel like Quake. But it's called Quake Champions, so who knows?
What'd you think of the reveal trailer, Jones?
I thought it was cool. I thought it obviously they can't show any of the game yet, so I like that it wasn't just a logo that they actually had an announcement. I thought the opening was really clever, booting up all the other games, via DOS, and like the new Colossus that was on that list, people freaked out about that. So it's always fun putting in little Easter eggs, deliberately knowing that people are gonna hunt for something, try to figure out what you're up to. I don't have a history with Quake, so I wasn't able to pick out the differences in the tone compared to previous Quakes, but I liked it. I was not expecting that, and I thought Bethesda did a good job.
Damiani, are you scared about the word champions? Do you just wish it was Quake?
Yeah, I don't know about the word champions being in there. But besides that, the announcement itself was pretty hype, like the announcement trailer.
Yeah, I realized as we were having this discussion and as the Bethesda press conference ran through my mind, I gotta kick off Dead Rising 4. It's off the list of top 5. Prey.
After we just talked about
Yeah,
it.
Prey was a huge game announcement. I totally forgot about it. I think Prey is a massive game announcement.
So we're kicking off Dead Rising.
Yeah, Dead Rising's gone.
So it's Quake at 5
So now I'm
and
not
Prey's
talking
now
about
at 4.
Quake anymore?
Yeah.
We're talking about
Quake is number 5 now.
Okay, so we're
Quake's
done
the
with
new number
Quake
5.
and we're moving on to Prey
Yeah,
now.
yeah. Prey's number 4.
Okay.
Actually, Prey's gonna be number 3, but let's talk about it now.
Have we moved on to... Well, go in order.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
getting
okay.
bamboozled here.
All right, Prey's number 4. Prey's the new number 4.
Well, if it's better than 3, you can move it to 3 and just move whatever was at 3 to 4.
I'm not gonna because I didn't like the trailer that much. So Prey's number 4.
Oh, you butt.
So
That trailer was cool.
it was a cool trailer. So Prey was announced during the Bethesda press conference with a first-person trailer that didn't start off calling this Prey. In fact, I don't think anyone would have guessed that it
Nobody
was Prey
knew.
until the very end of it.
There were lots of really great holds on logo reveals. Like the logo hold in Death Stranding is like, oh, there it is. He just holds on this blank image for so long.
Jones, tell us what a logo hold is.
Well, it's like when you have a screen that says, Hideo Kojima presents,
Yeah.
or no, it's starring Norman Reedus in, and then
Yeah.
that title fades out, and you're waiting for it, and
So
then it
20
just...
seconds go by.
But Prey did the same thing. We have this image. It's like click, 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 click. And we're like, is the title in that image somewhere? And then below it, Prey.
Fun fact that someone tweeted out that I saw: stranding is there's a word before it that starts with a C, like
Ian, you know what? I'm going to ask
Keskin
you to
or
save your
something.
fun facts until we're talking about that video game, which will obviously be in the top 5 game announcements.
Whoa.
So
run this podcast, boss, and go for it.
run this podcast.
It is a fun fact, though.
Go ahead.
Look
Yeah.
forward to it.
Oh my god, it's not even a. It's not, all right.
It's a fun fact.
It's not a fun fact. It's what the thing is about.
Well, yeah, the term is a word that means a thing.
Damiani, what is your thoughts on Prey appearing again as such an abstract game about surviving basically a Groundhog Day where you're going crazy?
I'm always interested in games where, if it is really about this, like a mystery where you're reliving the same day and you have to figure out like what's different in the loop or how to get out of a loop. If that's like the whole premise of the game, that might be pretty amazing.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't think that's what it is. I think that's just the trailer delivering like, the psychological, like, here, how do we convey psychological stuff going on in this guy's head? Well, let's have him relive the same day for a little bit and then start going crazy. And here's my eye, like, getting worse and worse over time.
The thing about the eye thing that I liked was somewhere else in the trailer, it showed him putting device up to the eye.
It looked like the Cowboy
And it had-
Bebop red eye thing from
Keep those eyes open.
Exactly. I was like,
Yeah.
I worked anime into this somehow.
Yeah, you did. Yeah, you did.
Keep bringing the anime.
So it was intriguing. Be nice at some point to see gameplay because, hey, we had this thing called Prey 2, and it went bye-bye. We're just gonna make another Prey and call it Prey, and yeah, where's the gameplay part of it? Like, trailer's cool, but at this point, the fact that they had to abandon whatever happened with the last project, now they're on this, it's like, I don't know, guys. I think you need to show me some gameplay that's convincing at this point because you made a cool trailer for Prey 2 that was amazing too, and
That was also first person pretending to be gameplay.
so...
No, I'm sorry, pretending. I mean demonstrating gameplay through first person. I can see why you'd be skeptical.
I'm
'cause
skeptical.
That game disappeared.
I'm skeptical of that
Yeah.
for good reason until they show gameplay of that.
It is weird that they called it Prey. Because, it's one thing if, like, you have a series that gets 2 or 3, 4 games down the road, like a God of War, and like, okay, time to reboot. It's another thing if that was it. There's only one other Prey, and it's not like I could say Tomb Raider, and you're like, well, what Tomb Raider are you referring to? It's like, not the one in the 90s, obviously. Like the new Tomb Raider. But with Prey, like, I don't know. I mean, that wasn't that long ago. I mean, it was this century that game came out.
It was super long ago. Prey on Xbox 360?
It was last gen.
Yeah.
One gen is not the time to completely restart a franchise. Like, I don't know.
I hear you, Jones.
With the
Yeah, I
same
hear you.
exact name.
I hear
Like,
you,
that's
man.
just a little... It could have been Prey, something else. I think that...
But don't you hate it when games do that? Prey : Redemption?
I hate it when they do that when it's the first game. I actually got kind of bummed. I saw some Horizon thing, and, like, it popped up, and it's like, Horizon. I was like, yeah! And it's like Zero Dawn. I'm like, oh, yeah, that's right.
I thought the same exact thing.
Should call it Prey : Prey.
Ben,
Prey.
what's the name of the
Prey Square.
legendary...
The other
Yes,
Prey.
the other type of Prey.
Yeah.
Prey v. Prey.
Prey and
Please
then
make
Prey.
it so.
What's the name of that legendary RPG guy? Is it Chris Avalon?
Yeah, Chris Avalon. Yeah.
Yeah, Avalon?
Yeah, Avalon. Yeah.
Avalon.
What is the name of that legend?
Hey, Ben knew it.
Yeah, he's on it.
No,
Yeah.
that's good that Ben knew it, but...
Ben knew it when you said his name. What's that guy who's an okay podcast host?
I knew I was...
Bossman?
Guys, I knew I was close. I don't need the Bossman complex tonight. Basically...
You can't escape the Bossman complex.
he's working on Prey. He was apparently working on Prey too. So it's exciting that this person is on Prey. I get it. I honestly, Jones, don't think there'd be a lot of hype on a game called Prey 2, beyond like what that trailer was. But
I get it.
I don't think Prey is a franchise that people are frothing for, and so I see why they would rebrand it. I guess.
It just seems like a Take-Two. It just seems like...
Yeah, absolutely.
Not Take-Two Interactive, but it seems like, oh, that first game sucked. We're trying again.
Honestly, I think it's that. Yeah.
It has that vibe.
I mean, it seems like they said we could give this a new name, but it'll get more hype if we just call it some old name.
That we own.
And that's what they did.
That we need to do something with.
Yeah.
Number 3, Steep.
Steep over Quake Champions.
Hell yeah.
Your
All right.
list is
I mean, I'm
weird.
down, but
Quake,
I don't
so
know if
Quake
that's...
Champions, I think was.
Oh, we lost Tommy.
If you want my opinion on Quake Champions, I think that was like an empty announcement, and
It
to
was.
me, it was like it didn't fit what Quake is about. Almost.
It had similar sounding music.
Oh, the music, absolutely. But to make it like a hero shooter, I don't.
We don't know.
man.
It's unconfirmed. Unconfirmed suspicions based on the title.
Yeah, but if like that game has like alt costumes that you have to earn and things like that, to me it doesn't speak to Quake.
Here's the thing with Steep.
yeah.
A little inside knowledge.
Let's tell everybody what Steep is.
It's a snowboarding, parasailing,
Skiing,
paragliding,
wingsuiting game.
wingsuiting,
Mountains.
extreme sport. It's
Yeah.
a new genre somehow.
Yeah.
I don't know how it
New
is.
genre.
They said it was though, so we got to believe them.
An
But
action mountain game.
I mean, lines at E3 speak louder than words, and I walked by Steep 4 times at different times of the day, and it never had more than 5-10 people in the line.
Steep is a short line?
Yes, whereas For Honor was like, we're not taking appointments anymore. Sea of Thieves, we're not taking appointments anymore.
Yeah.
And like also another one that might be on your stupid list, Days Gone. They were trying to get people to come in and watch the demo, and people weren't.
I did walk by one time and they were like, 2 open chairs, anybody?
Yeah.
Anybody?
When I went by, there were like 20 open chairs. Please come
Although
in
I
and
will
watch
say
it.
this, as someone who demoed Steep and then tried to get into For Honor and was like, an hour, screw that. For Honor was a much longer demo. There was a training section before you even got into
Yeah,
the combat
yeah,
in
yeah,
For Honor.
Yeah.
And Steep was a pretty well-oiled machine. There were lots of people from that developer at that area. Whereas For Honor, they're just kind of like, there's a controller, have fun.
Yeah.
Where like, for every 2 people playing Steep, they had 1 person on a headset talking to you, answering questions.
That's cool.
And they had like 2 people like dealing with the line. They had another person just walking people to the station. So like, I think they were just better at it.
Maybe
you know?
I'm pinging him for efficiency,
Yeah.
which I don't like to do because efficiency is always good.
But why I
And
picked
short
Steep-
lines are always good too.
Why Steep is number 3 is that it's a unique game. It's no one else announced a game where you're on a snowboard at
True.
E3. No one else like announced anything close to this, and this is what Ubisoft ended with.
Oh.
They said we're 30 years old, and this is our newest thing. And we're proud of this.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
So when Link takes his shield and
Oh my
snowboards
God.
down the mountain.
does not count. Does he do that? Does he
yeah.
do that?
Yes,
They didn't
he
show that in the
does.
press conference.
Did he
that
honestly
they
do
didn't
that?
have.
Yes,
That makes me so excited, Damiani.
Not a press conference.
it was the
That makes me
the
so
live
excited.
stream.
That's
He-
what I'm saying. They
He
didn't have
flopped
one.
off his shield and went snowboarding on it.
Yeah.
Wow.
Zelda has snowboarding.
Very cool. Okay, I stand corrected.
Zelda sounds like it has everything.
No,
Have you seen the troll image real quick? It
Sure.
just like has all the game titles that it's taking from the new Zelda. It's like it's like 10 games deep. It's like Dark Souls, Shadow of the Colossus, like Tony Hawk. I was like, oh my gosh, this is pretty bad.
What is
but
it?
it's so true. Anyway, what's number 2?
I'm sorry. No, explain that better without relating it to a meme. You said Zelda takes its title from other
No,
games.
No.
the gameplay mechanics
Yeah.
that they've shown so
Oh,
far in the
okay.
new Zelda.
The game is
Someone
just
took the
cobbled
mock
together.
cover art
Yeah.
that is being shown right now, and then put the Legend of Zelda Breath of. Then they put a bunch of other game titles below it as a joke.
I get it. Yeah. But you'd be like everything stole from Zelda, so yeah, why bother? Okay, so nobody's excited about Steep. Jones, not even you excited about Steep?
I love Steep. No, I played Steep. Steep rules.
We're excited about Steve, but you don't
Speak
need to
up,
talk
Jones.
about Steve.
Well, I thought we
I
were
put
talking
it
about
number
the.
3, and everybody's trashing on
I
me.
thought we were talking about the announcement.
Yeah, we are.
Well, I played the game. That wasn't the announcement. That was
I'm
me
sorry.
going and
I
playing
don't
the
even
game.
want to hear about your gameplay impressions.
Yeah. I think it showed well. I think they I think that's one of those demos that could have taken forever, but I think they were very economical in how they did it. I think it's a game that also does demo well at the show. You know, it's very free form. You just jump out of the map and go anywhere you want. So I think it was an appropriate game to end the press conference, especially something that wasn't just like a CG trailer that we actually saw gameplay and understood how it worked.
Yeah. Damiani, you're almost
Did
convinced
you
I
just
heard
acquiesce to something in your life? Yeah. Wow. I
I'm
never thought.
disinclined to acquiesce to your request.
Yeah. I don't think I'd ever live to see the day.
Behind the scenes knowledge. No, I'm not even going to tell that story.
Tell it.
Damiani leaked Jones's email address
Oh my God.
to the entire world.
Personal email.
And he would not. He still won't apologize for it.
No, I think he came
This
close.
is more permanent
He has
than
not
that.
said
Why
I'm
would you do
sorry.
this?
It was as close to a
We're not
Damian apology as we can
re-leaking
get.
it.
Yeah. He would not say
Anyway.
I'm sorry.
What's
Kyle.
your next one?
What, Damiani? Finish that sentence.
What's the next one?
He was just going, Kyle.
Number 2, Deep Stranding.
Fun fact.
Death
the word.
Death Stranding.
Death Stranding.
Oh,
He
Jesus
got it
Christ.
wrong.
Deep Stranding.
Deep dive.
Fun fact, though. The word
Damn it, up
stranding.
charts.
Can I do this now?
Yes, you can.
The word stranding refers to when whales beach themselves on the beach and then die because they,
Yeah.
dehydrate, or when the tide comes back in, it's still too shallow for them to swim away, so they drown because their blowhole is covered by the water.
Whoa.
And scientists, not sure why they do it, because they you can see it coming. They're like, scientists are like, okay, it's probably accidental, but like, it seems like it might also, they're like people who theorize it might be kind of intentional.
Wow.
Like they're killing themselves on purpose.
Well, and we
that
see
some
Norman
whales might-
Reedus stranded on a beach.
yeah,
You know, he
and
doesn't
a
know
bunch
how he
of
got there,
whales.
supposedly.
Like
Yeah.
the image that I saw of like the Wikipedia entry for it's called like Cascaean or something, some Latin term I assume means whale or something, or their genus, but like phylum, whatever. The image of the whales like that was almost identical to the end shot of the trailer, which I thought was interesting.
Okay, so now that we've spent our 60 seconds on that fun fact, let's talk about what Death Stranding is. What is that to someone who's never heard of those 2 words before? What was that announcement? What happened?
We're still debating.
Okay, so let me just do this
Kept
for
us saying.
the panel who refuses to talk tonight.
No.
So
Dude,
during the Sony press
The
conference,
trailer's amazing.
What
Yeah.
trailer? What is it? Who
The
is
trailer.
this?
Norman
Okay,
Reedus.
Trailer.
it's a cool beach.
No,
some
no.
sweet hand Prince show up in the sand.
fill it
It's
up
a
with
really
oil.
cool song by Low Roar from the album Zero.
Okay.
Who apparently Kojima just like loves because they don't seem to be an amazingly popular band, which is really cool. I disagree with the placement of the song title at the end because I think it kind of sapped some of the energy from that
I agree.
portion. of the
Kojima
thing.
loves that, though.
He
Kojima
always
loves
does
putting it in the wrong
this.
place. It should have been right at the front. But
It shouldn't be there at all, but thank you, Kojima.
yeah, actually, I was really because it saved me googling it.
We can look it up. We know what song it is. The information will get out there. You don't need to turn it into a music video.
Well, if you're gonna turn it into a music video, put it in the front. Anyway, then Norman Reedus is naked, and there's a baby because Kojima's obsessed with Norman Reedus and half-dead babies. And then he picks up the baby.
true.
Is it dead or not? There's a weird like mechanical umbilical cord. Norman Reedus has a
Laser
Stick
weird
cuff.
cuff on his left hand wrist, and then he's like crying about the baby. Is he sad that the baby's dead, or is he happy that the baby's still alive? Unclear. Then some weird thing happens, and the baby disappears. Norman Reedus is sad. He's like, oh, my hands are full of weird black oil, and then baby prints show up on his legs, and then he stands up, and there are what people said were bodies floating in the air
In the distance.
in the distance for
5
like
silhouettes.
6 minutes, and then the title comes up. And it's Death Stranding, and everyone's like, what the hell did I just watch? And then the amazing PlayStation conference just continued into another thing.
Wait, who announced that game?
Oh, and Kojima came down and he said, I'm back, and everyone freaked out. And he walked down on like a light bridge.
Yeah. So, I mean, the reason it's number 2 is that person, is Kojima.
And that trailer is amazing.
It's an amazing trailer. The implementation of music is outstanding. Jones, do you like that trailer?
I love that trailer.
Okay, tell us why you love that trailer.
I've always been a broken record about this, but you want to ask questions in your trailer. You want people to wonder, not in a bad way, what's going on. And that trailer is full of questions. I mean, that is a very interesting. The trailer opened with that track, and we were moving along the beach very closely, looking at gray sand, and I was rapt. I was like, obviously all because I was extremely curious to see what he was working on, but just the mood all just gripped me right away.
And amazing. Like, it looks... I mean, we talked about this yesterday on the long stream thing we did, but, like, it's not Fox Engine because he doesn't own that.
Right.
And it looks incredible.
That nothing you saw was an engine for anything.
He said it was an engine.
They said they haven't decided on the engine they're using for the game.
But he
said everything you're about to
everything
see
you're
is
about
running in real time.
in
Yeah.
real time in engine.
What was the
What
thing that came
engine?
out?
Who cares? But
I mean the trailer, whatever they made it with. Yes, that looks good, but I don't know if that's going to be reflective of how the game's gonna
Hideo
look.
Kojima said this is running in engine.
yeah, I mean,
What
in
more do you
an
want?
engine.
What more do you want, Damian?
What engine?
It doesn't matter what engine. It's an engine. I don't care. It looked good. It won't be the game. No game looks like that yet.
Thomas the Train Engine.
Just saying.
Yeah.
No,
The
okay.
engine
It's
of love.
deceptive to say that
It's
and
fair
then
to
show
be
that,
skeptical.
and then when the game comes out, everyone complains or downgrade and
No,
stuff like this. is why
obviously
stuff
no
happens.
game ever looks as good as it does in the trailer ever.
Well, here's-
ever.
I don't think a downgrade will ever happen for this because the
Except
game,
for launch
the
trailer.
trailer didn't sell a game. The trailer sold a theme.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
It's Zelda theme too.
The trailer
Yeah.
told you that he is going that way. you know,
Yes.
they're like, this is not honeyed espionage.
He can do what he wants to now.
They also
Yeah.
said the logo character, when they unveiled it, the guy was not in the game. That's like for separate because people were speculating like, oh, it has something to do with like that action and stuff. And
What is the
I was-
logo character?
dude in the suit?
No, no,
You know,
don't
The
just say
logo,
the
the
dude
logo
in-
appeared behind him when he walked
He
on
knows.
stage.
He's not asking.
It is
He's
a
asking
thing. It
to
is
get
a
you to say it.
astronaut looking. It's kind of like a mech and a NASA astronaut put together with a skull face.
And
Although
like-
this is
Yes.
Kojima, so he might just not want us to think about that
Yeah.
being in the game, and it totally is
It
in the
looked like
game.
Norman Reedus' eyes too.
Yes, I honestly do
people
think
thought
it's
it was
Norman
gonna
Reedus.
be
He
him.
has very kind
I think it is
eyes.
Norman Reedus in the suit.
Norman Reedus models for every Kojima game here on out.
Why not, man?
I
Why not?
guarantee he will until they get mad at each other, like
They
the
are
David
great
Hayter
buddies.
thing.
I just think that's huge. It's nice to see Kojima unleashed. It's nice to see that he can make probably the most creative trailer I watched during E3.
I'm gonna guess it was very therapeutic for him because it was a metaphor of his past, his immediate past with Konami, like all that imagery and stuff, cutting the umbilical cord.
I'll keep coming.
Whoa.
Yeah, I'll keep coming.
Yeah.
It's like, come on, Konami, what's up? It's the crying. It was like, Konami.
I saw
why isn't
someone
this-
someone tweeted Kojima drinking out of a mug that
Yes.
said
Oh,
yeah,
Konami,
Konami's Tears,
and then
that's
it
a
said
classic.
Tears under it. I was like,
was
that
that-
is so good.
Was that real or was that Photoshop?
I think they
That's Photoshop.
photoshopped
No,
the
you
word
could-
Tears on
The
there.
Konami
Yeah.
logo's
Thank you.
like warped in a weird way.
Well, I think
It's like,
Konami
yeah.
might have been on that mug, but Tears, that was
No, it
definitely
was,
added.
they wiped it out.
But the thing is,
Yeah.
Regis did actually like retweet it, did Instagram it, which is crazy.
That's so funny.
I love
Yeah.
that.
I loved
was
it.
pretty
It was
good.
really good. And it was just the perfect look on his face, too. He's just like, yeah.
Just out of a little teacup. The number 1 game announcement is
Oh god.
Resident Evil 7.
Okay,
Yeah.
you got
Yeah.
that one right.
Yes.
Well done. Well done, Bossman. You've chosen wisely.
You've redeemed the list.
Yeah, were you scared it was gonna be Days Gone? Was that ever a fear that'd be in top 5? Days Gone, I'm not gonna make it.
Swing and a miss.
Yep.
No.
No one cares about that game. I'm
It's not a
sorry.
swing
Huber.
and miss. It's
Motorcycle
Huber-
machine guns killing something. I care a
Huber,
lot.
Bannon, Brandon.
Oh, way down.
Brandon.
I'm reviewing the hell out of that.
Yeah.
You want to see
Yeah.
about that?
I don't think
I don't see about that, Jones.
Days Gone
fight to come.
isn't like a huge game. I just don't think I don't think it'll be a bad game. I just don't think it was a huge.
Also, yeah,
announcement.
wait. God of War.
We gotta redo the whole list, everyone. Back up.
Really? Get ready.
Yeah, I guess I forgot that God of War hadn't been announced yet.
We just all knew. We knew it was coming. I can see.
Kyle,
It's
Kyle,
an easy mistake.
Kyle.
Spider-Man, no.
Kyle,
No. Spider-Man
Kyle,
doesn't make a top 5.
Kyle,
What?
this is just a podcast. This isn't Vexillology, okay?
Ooh! Damn it! Yeah, baby! Damn it! Brandon Jones.
Jones's tone when he said, "I'm like
That
something
was
weird's coming
so
up. Here
good,
it
Jones.
comes.
That was so good.
Damn it! He beat me to it.
Oh,
Now I can put
man.
that away.
Yeah.
Everybody knows Brandon Jones now wins a couple of werehogs.
Damn it! Now we're tied with werehogs unless you gain some somewhere else.
Yeah.
No,
Okay.
you had one. You're
I do.
one up on me. You got
Yeah?
3 werehogs.
All right, so if y'all want it so bad, Quake Champions.
We should have a
off
werehog
the
count on
list.
our website.
God of War is the new number 5.
Number 5?
Okay, what?
Dude, get Steve the hell
Just,
off that
let's
list.
just talk about game announcements. Stop ranking
take
them.
that
Like, why are we
stupid
ranking these?
Steve- Bossman, everything in your life is worthless.
Oh, no, all right. God of War, I actually think was a huge announcement. I think the way they implemented it was huge. I'll give it number 3.
I've never played a
doesn't
single
matter.
God of War game, and I almost started crying at
Yeah.
the end of that trailer.
I think that's huge. I think it's huge, dude. For a
It was
God of War game.
intense.
Yes.
The live orchestra probably helped.
So I want to stop talking about things like we all saw it because a lot of people didn't watch these things.
Yeah.
So like what happened in God of War?
Everything
Oh,
happened in God of
man.
War.
Awesome stuff happened in God of War.
Awesome stuff. Well, I think you expect awesome
Well,
stuff.
I mean, you think they spent forever on that orchestra. We're just talking about the trailer, how they revealed it.
What orchestra? What are you talking about?
Oh my God. Sony had a live orchestra. It was incredible.
That's,
and
this
then
is the game.
that's how
there
it
was
goes.
a young-
Welcome to the Easy
Then
Hours
there was a
podcast.
young
So, Gabby.
boy
you
who was
trolling
playing
at
with
this
toys.
point?
No.
And then
He's
someone
trolling
says,
for the sake of the
"Son,
audience."
come inside." And then he goes inside and he says, "Your mother's knife is yours now." And then the son takes the knife and looks at it. And then Kratos emerges from the darkness with a big beard.
Kratos.
He's
Yes.
an old man. And he's
man Kratos.
wearing pants. And everyone was very impressed.
His
And
first
then they go
line?
out and he says,
I'm hungry.
yeah, he says, "I'm hungry.
Yes.
Catch us our food." So they go out, and the son says, "What are we hunting?" He goes, "It's your hunt, damn it." And then he goes, "Where are we going?" And he goes, "Your hunt, damn it." And then he goes, "South." And he goes, "Is that a question?" And then he goes, and then the kid goes, "South." And then they go, and then he's
So, Ian,
running
that's
ahead.
Good. That's good. I want to stop there.
Son
So
of
this is a game with Kratos having a child.
Well, we don't know if it's
Kratos taking care of a child.
so
Yes.
because it says
Yeah.
mother.
Who calls him father, and he
calls
says
him
your
father.
mother.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes,
we don't know.
His language is very in body language is a little.
Yeah, we don't know.
Off. That,
Well, and at
you
the
know.
end, he reaches over and almost touches him like a father would, like a pat on the back.
And then-
he
But does he?
doesn't.
Yes.
But does he not touch him because he is not his son? And he's
I
like,
think he doesn't touch him
that's-
because he's a cold, hard monster
Well,
man.
he's trying to make the kid strong.
He's
you know,
trying
and it's-
he's trying to make sure he doesn't go down the path that he went down.
Sure.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
Whatever emotions the kid was having, he did not want to affirm them. He didn't want to say,
Yeah.
"Yeah, be nervous, be sad." He was
My
like,
guess
no,
is
just deal with it.
he ran to a new pantheon to try to
Well,
escape
well,
the sins
that's
of his
yeah.
past.
That was basically confirmed. Is
Yeah.
that he is no longer in Greek mythology?
Yeah,
He has
he's
moved
in
on
Norse
to
mythology.
Norse mythology, and
Norse mythology is pissed.
yeah.
Don't want
there
him
are there are giant dragons in Norse mythology.
Yeah.
Apparently, the deer that they go hunting has mystical properties. Has like
Yeah.
crazy blue things happening.
Very emotional.
His axe, he can throw his axe and then pull it back.
Oh yeah.
He does a
Ice
move
magic.
called Spartan Rage.
Spartan Rage.
Something. Yeah.
His axe is imbued with frost magic of some kind.
There are giant horned beasts that run around and
That can speak.
vomit fire out of their hands. That can
And it
speak
says
and speak.
when the sun is about to kill him says wait.
Yeah.
But we haven't gotten to that because Bossman cut off my summary.
You don't know how much I actually like you all talking about the game. This is nice. I love it. It's
also,
I think it was called a troll.
Kratos.
I think it was called a troll.
I mean,
that was a
if
troll.
it's Norwegian, yeah, trolls are a thing.
Yeah. I love that. I thank you everyone for talking about that.
It's
reveal.
definitely Kratos' son.
Very emotional
that's-
trailer.
Wait, what do you mean? Biological?
That's your bet?
Fine.
That's your bet.
Where do
I'm
you know
saving
that?
us from corrections music.
It's not definitely Kratos' son. Not confirmed.
Do you
no.
have a source on this knowledge, Damiani?
Or is that your guess?
Long
Because I think
pause.
that's
There's-
worse,
there's-
actually. I think that to me that has less dramatic potential. Because obviously he cares about him because he's his son. But if he's not, he is actively making the choice to care for this child. He is, especially if he is now ported into a new world.
Yeah.
Where he ports in, wow, where am I? How'd I get here? Who are these people? Oh, well, I might as well help them, and now this woman died and I couldn't save her.
You know what'd be
presumably.
interesting? He
And so now I
kills
feel
the woman.
responsible.
He kills the woman.
I don't do that again.
Accidentally.
Then we're starting the same story
no,
again.
it's an
you know?
accidental.
Accidental? He's a little too strong?
Now I'm gonna put more
Yeah.
white powder on you.
He loves her a little too hard.
Oh, boy. Oh, no.
Double white powder, Kratos.
Yeah, that was bad. Sorry. But, yeah, no, I don't know. We don't know anything about the damn story of this game.
Unfortunately, chat does, and it confirmed in an interview that was streamed today. It is confirmed that Kratos is the father.
So I
it's a
saved
little
you
like
from corrections music.
It's a little like Magneto. It's a little like Magneto in the
Quicksilver.
dumb new Apocalypse. No, oh boy.
Where they legally cannot mention the character's name or whatever the deal is?
No. You gotta watch the new stupid X-Men movie.
Oh, I've seen it.
Magneto's got a new little face.
They never say
God.
Quicksilver in that movie.
No,
Else
not
can't call
Quicksilver.
him
He's
again.
got a new little child. Who
Oh, okay.
talks to deer.
Or-
Whoa.
That was a good part.
That was a good part?
That part?
Yeah.
Talk about miracles.
But it's
with
still
humans.
amazing. Even if he's actually his son, it's fine.
Okay. All right. Well, thank you for talking about that game, but I do want to talk about number 1, Resident Evil 7.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that
yeah.
game.
That reveal was dope.
So what was that reveal?
Good.
We thought PT was the end all be all of like how you could possibly do a reveal by dropping a game on everybody at a press conference that was free that then at the end of that demo became another game. But Sony potentially, it's debatable, one-upped that by creating a VR demo called Kitchen, which in
Like
truth
3 years
at
ago.
the time was Resident Evil. Like we had all played Resident Evil. It wasn't
That was 2 years ago.
Did that premiere at E3?
That was last year.
Yeah.
All right.
That was only.
Blood
But
confirmed last year.
but Kitchen has appeared at PSX, at PAX, at at
It was
several
at E3
events.
and
Sure.
PSX at
Yeah,
least.
yeah.
And it was a VR game. You were in a. I actually never tried Kitchen because I'm like terrified of doing
Yeah,
VR
too
and like
scary.
vomiting right in the middle of an event. But you were, from what I hear, you were like strapped to a chair. All scary things were happening. You're very constricted, which is always scary to do in horror. And then they announce when they demo Resident Evil 7, they say before Kitchen, which is like intentionally just bottoming out everybody's expectations. So it's like, all right, I'm out.
Good play.
What if you're the guy that like went to the bathroom? What if you're the guy that's like, okay, I'm like they're doing a VR thing for Kitchen, I'm gone.
I could have done that. That could
Whoa.
have easily been me in a real world situation.
I just had a thought real quick.
Sure.
Not to cut off your momentum here.
Steven Tyler over here.
Yeah. Wait a minute. I love this idea. That is from the Aerosmith ride at Hollywood Studios, Florida.
Yeah.
Disney World. Anyway, oh my God. I just thought of this. Maybe the internet's already been thinking about this, but we were wondering why that 1 was there.
Yeah.
Because it says before Kitchen and then fades out.
The
to
letters
number,
like
the number
go away,
1.
and then before they go away, there's an orange 1.
Stays
the,
there.
The integer 1,
What
not the
if-
Roman numeral 1, but
and everything looked like kind of older, like dated. I'm thinking, what if Resident Evil 7 is a prequel to Resident Evil 0?
I thought they
Resident Evil 1.
confirmed it's after RE6.
Did they say that?
I think
think
so.
so.
Is that the GameSpot article?
Well, never mind then. I'm
but
sorry.
that's still a troll. We still don't know. I mean, maybe Chad knows what that is.
Chat says
and
there
then we,
was a 7 in the kitchen
and then we
logo.
saw like honestly a relatively
Was it a
uneventful
7, not a 1?
VR demo where like you like walk down some stairs and you look in a pot of filthy food and you see
Yeah.
a guy in a hallway and you find a VHS tape and pop it in and then other crazy stuff happens. I went back and watched that, Huber. Like there's not a lot going on there. It's really hard to tell like.
They're all
with
saying
the
it's a
screen,
7.
The screen like blows up with all like they had a really cool stage with like the stage floor in
Yeah,
the
yeah,
back
yeah,
and everything
yeah,
all like
yeah.
lit up. And then they played saying "Don't Tell Aunt Rhody." Is that the
Yeah.
Yeah. At the
and they
end, it's a 7. At the
did
beginning,
a
it
modern
thought it was a
version of
1.
that song, which
Episodic.
ended with a picture of a house and a female figure shadowed in the window, opening up the window, and a car, and a guy's foot plants down, and we see 7, and everybody on this panel was like, 7?
Yeah.
What's that for a
Literally,
movie
no,
title?
it's 7.
And then they dropped the words Resident Evil over the 7,
And then we all
make
went,
the VIL. I'm trying to do a
This
7.
is genius.
Which
And
they
then
also did with Biohazard. They put the 7
Z
in the
is a
Biohazard.
7. Oh, it's so clean.
And we all lost our damn minds.
It's so good. The typography is insane.
And I think it was really good. It reminded me of Until Dawn at the original PSX. I think they showed a demo of Until Dawn, and it was electric in the room because it was scary. You know, and like it was the only time the only way you can engage in a demo is if you like laugh or cheer or clap, and that's about it, or like shout if you're an ass.
Yeah.
Or boo, or if you're really into Elder Scrolls Online, just scream constantly.
Yeah.
And so it after starting with God of War, and then like the first 30 minutes of the Sony press conference were very down. It was very somber. There were lots of like very melodramatic stuff happening.
Yeah.
And so they really like built up. Like any good horror movie, like that you got to establish that tone, and they established the perfect tone leading into this video. So it wasn't, again, you're just walking down the staircase. There's not a lot happening, but like, we were all on the edge of our seat because some ghost is clearly come flying out of that wall. But it was the game announcement that's what they were building up to.
So Damiani,
So good.
what is Capcom's reputation right now, and how does that affect this announcement?
So the fact that the demo is not part of the final game
I'll be back.
is a little interesting. But the fact that it's coming out so soon in January, like obviously because like the kitchen, as everyone's saying, the kitchen logo has a 7 in it, so they've clearly been planning this for a while. Because it was like, how the hell does Capcom pull this off? Like,
Yeah.
there have been rumors about this, but it's ready to go. Like in January.
January 25th, 2017 is the release date.
So they clearly got
I believe
they got a
them.
big
Yeah.
cash infusion from someone, probably Sony, to make it happen. Because
Do we know if it's...
It's not Sony exclusive.
I
It's
know,
not launching first on Sony.
Because Capcom has no money. Remember that.
So you think it's like
Again.
Street Fighter 5?
No, I'm kidding.
Okay.
Them confirming it to be first person only has me a little weirded out. Just because I'm so used to enjoying the Resident Evil games, even the older ones where it has been third person perspective. Even the tank controls that bugged me a lot. I still like that viewpoint. I like something about the horror, the atmosphere and the horror they pulled off with the older games. And they proved they could do it with the Resident Evil 5 DLC, the Lost in Nightmares, where you go back to like a mansion and you still have like the RE5 controls, but they just give you like limited ammo. It's more about like survival, and you can't just like go around like not infinite ammo, but like overpowered and blowing up all the monster, the enemies and stuff like that.
Yeah.
They could still do a game with that atmosphere. I feel like going to first. I just don't like first person games in general. Like they're not. I don't like that perspective.
You don't like first
So
games
I was like, I want
first-person games in general, Damiani?
I want it to be third person, but I loved everything they've hinted at
Yeah.
with the environment and the atmosphere. That's like great. Just give me a third person mode, but they're not going to do it.
They don't want you to have that.
So
Yes,
that's.
they could.
I mean, they could, but at the same time, kudos to them for going in such a different direction and not making something not continuing to build off of RE6 and going in that direction, which would have been a nightmare. I was just terrified if RE7 was going to be like, hey, the next evolution of RE6. I'm like, I hate Resident Evil. I'm out of here.
Okay,
What
so
the hell are we doing? What are you doing, Capcom?
I got a couple of live adjustments from chat. I really like live corrections.
Mm-hmm.
It is a VR exclusive on Sony PlayStation VR.
Okay, so there's some money coming.
So yeah, there might be some money coming
Okay,
in from
so
Sony.
Capcom got a little bit of money from Sony.
January 24th is the release
Yeah, what were you
date.
saying?
I said 25th.
Oh.
That was one day off,
2-4,
Chad. That was just one day off.
Sorry. I just was defaulting to you getting the date right.
All right, fine.
I won't trust you again.
Do we all agree that that was the biggest game announcement of E3, or do you want to make a different case?
I think that was definitely the biggest one. The
Sure.
biggest surprise.
Yeah.
Bloodworth.
Easily.
Bloodworth, save me from this bug.
What?
Oh, that's a big old
There's a bug on the table.
That's the corrections bug.
We
Ew.
When you
We have a
every
cockroach.
podcast.
Move this out of
Just
here.
take a coaster and brush it off.
it
That's
all
like
out.
grab that red coaster
That's
and
like
brush
an
it off.
inch big cockroach. That's a big guy.
It's gonna come at us.
All right.
It was a June bug?
Yeah.
Alright.
All right.
It's
chat,
June.
Chat says it was a June bug.
It's a June bug.
Okay.
I'm less afraid of that.
None of us knew that was happening.
Yes.
Not
bug?
even
Oh, no.
not at all. That's why it's the best
Oh.
announcement.
Yeah. It blew my mind.
Because that came out
It
of
didn't
nowhere.
look anything like Resident Evil. It was like
Yeah.
this. I was like, I mean, I'll admit, like I was not in the loop about the whole kitchen thing because wasn't working in the industry last year,
Right.
so I wasn't really paying attention to that. So that might have hinted me a little bit more that this might be something. I seriously thought, like, are they just remaking PT or something? Is this
Well, that was the other thing too. Is
It's like,
they troll
is it-
PT.
yeah,
Like
this
it
is-
began
yeah.
with a phone call.
Started
A
the
woman
phone-
talked to
yeah,
you
I
and
was
you
like-
picked it up.
I heard a rumor. I don't know if this is true that one of the designers from PT is working on this. I don't know if that's
I
true.
thought I saw that somewhere, but I don't
Yeah, I
know
don't
if it's
know.
confirmed. or
Unconfirmed.
not. Yeah.
Unconfirmed. We just there's just so much happening at this moment. Would you hear that?
Oh,
Sounds like it's podcast halftime.
Ooh.
Sounds like sirens to me.
there can be sirens during that.
Easy Allies podcast halftime. The following are the official sponsors of Easy Allies for the month of June: Michael Kazachenko, Michael Favacci, Mango, Scorn, an atmospheric horror adventure, another atmospheric horror adventure developed by Ebb Software, set in a nightmarish universe of odd forms and somber tapestry. Go to scorn-game.com for more information. When are we getting that trailer? That's what I want to know. YoYoTricks.com, a tutorial website for teaching people how to yo-yo. To buy yo-yos and learn how to get started, visit YoYoTricks.com or their YouTube channel. All of these links are available in description. No, they're not, because this is a live episode of the show. Are we
But
still gonna put them?
I'm gonna put it up on
After,
YouTube.
yeah.
Confirmed. All of these links are available in the description. Thank you to our sponsors
I love
and our viewers and our patrons.
there were sirens only while you were doing that.
Yeah.
Perfect.
You know why? Because it was hot.
I had I had some
Yeah.
guys roll by. I said, we're doing podcast halftime at approximately 8:30. Please come by. And they did that. Yeah, it was cool.
Awesome.
That was very nice of them.
Very nice, Kyle.
Thank you to the Venice Fire Department. Okay, so what I want to do with the rest of this podcast is quickly go through each of the press conferences.
We
go
got
through-
19 minutes.
Quickly.
Yeah, we're doing great, man.
Quickly.
Yeah, quickly. We've already rated them. We've already discussed them big time. But I want to talk about what will last from the press conferences, what our lasting impressions are of each of these press conferences.
We can do this real quick.
Yeah, I bet Ian has some hot takes. I bet he's got some stuff he's really willing to spit out quickly.
All right, you
the
ready?
first press conference we saw was EA.
I can do them all in one comment.
Go ahead. EA.
All y'all trash, do what Sony did. No talking.
So we talked.
Less talking.
Less talking. There we
Damiani,
go.
what do you think of the EA?
Less talking than you think you need to
All
do.
rock, less talk.
All right.
Damiani, what is sticking to your ribs after the EA press conference?
Here's some Star Wars music. Here's some people working on Star Wars games. We're not going to show you Star Wars.
Yeah.
Sony had a
That
better
happened.
Star Wars announcement than EA did.
What was Sony's Star Wars announcement?
X-Wing VR,
Mission.
which will probably be
Battlefront.
2.5 minutes long, and I'm
Yeah.
gonna love every minute
X-Wing
of it.
VR.
Absolutely. You can replay that forever. Just being in an X-Wing, man. And then, so what was the EA? What did they show of Star Wars? What did they actually
Guys
do?
at Respawn hitting each other with sticks. Mm-hmm. Some guy who's an actor in front of a green screen pretending to work on a Star Wars game.
Yep.
Jade Raymond talking about her studio, then we saw like a little bit of, and what's the other team? Just basically people goofing around. Basically people being like, here's why this is taking so long.
I think Volition is what we skipped.
We're just goofing off at our offices. Whee! Thanks, documentary crew, for coming by. There's an E3 trailer. All right, we're done with that.
Yeah, EA had a press conference with one game announcement, which was Fee, a game where you wander around as a little critter, a cub.
Which we spent most of the time thinking was called Fear.
Yeah,
Oh.
Because of
'Cause
the
yeah,
guy's
yeah.
accent.
Fee,
Feh.
Fee.
Fair. Fair.
Fair.
But no, nobody really liked the EA press conference too much.
No, it was very
No.
bad.
It was very, very bad.
Yeah.
One
It
star.
was across the pond. It was in Los Angeles and in London. So there was that like delay. You had to like wait to like go between press conferences.
And then Peter Moore said, I think we're winning. And
It was like having dinner in two different restaurants.
That,
It was just like bad.
have you tried that? It's pretty weird.
I think I called Visceral Vicarious. I meant to say Visceral.
You
Thank you,
said
Chef.
visceral, I thought.
Oh, did I? Okay,
I
thank
think
you.
I think you said volition, which is
Oh,
a
yeah.
whole nother
I said
thing.
Yeah.
Volition. Yep. Thank you, Blood. Thank you, chat.
Oh.
Love live corrections. Keep them coming. Except when you're like wrong. I see a lot of wrong corrections too. Anyway,
Yeah, that's true.
next was Bethesda. Sunday night, Bethesda had another press conference. Bethesda, the game publisher, new to this game. How'd they do?
Made me happy following EA, but looking at Xbox and Sony, which I think were better. I think Bethesda was probably neck and neck with Ubisoft, maybe edged them out just a little bit, possibly completely contradicting my scores that I've already given for these press conferences.
Forget about those.
But I like the vibe of Bethesda. I think everyone that came out on stage I thought was very honest. Like there wasn't you might have liked that show, but there was not a lot of really like crazy lows. You know, it wasn't like, oh, get this guy off. Oh, I don't want to hear about this. It just wasn't as exciting, and it didn't have the pace that Xbox and Sony did. Certainly not Sony.
I mean, we'll get to those, but Damiani, talk to me about the Bethesda press conference. What was the vibe of the Bethesda press conference?
Apparently, the Elder Scrolls Online has 7 million players.
Yep, yeah.
Just like everything else.
Like everything else.
Yep.
But don't worry, Overwatch came out today, so it had 10 million players, so your move, Elder Scrolls. Anime wins.
Anime wins.
Anime wins.
Ian, you said you could give me a quick statement on all of these. What's your Bethesda quick take?
No, I gave you a
He already
quick
did it.
statement on all of
It's
them.
the same statement for everybody.
It's like the,
Do it again.
You do the...
Oh my god.
Sony already did it. Less talking.
Okay.
More just live orchestra. and
Sony already
videos.
did it?
Sony did it. Follow their
Okay.
example.
Yeah, okay. Cool.
now
cool,
they're
cool.
doing it twice.
Don't make me say it again.
If you don't change your press
did I
conferences.
stutter?
Did I? Okay, Microsoft was Monday morning, first thing.
Good pacing though on Microsoft.
Good pacing. Here we
Yeah.
go. What's good pacing? What'd they do?
What they did.
What'd they do?
No downtime. Just no, I mean it lulled during Minecraft and their hardware stuff.
But even in Minecraft, Carmack came out with
Yeah.
the VR already in his head in like the corner, like
I
I'm in
know.
I'm in a television treehouse playing
They
Minecraft.
lost
So
Carmack.
bad.
He fell into a void during
Carmack.
the presentation.
Carmack was there. He was like just a cameo, basically. Just stuff him in the corner. Hey, I'm having a great time. And then they moved on without him.
Yeah.
They just like turned off
show
the
the
spotlight.
gear.
And it was
Yeah.
and it was
Yeah.
funny because they almost set up that like he's gonna stay there and work on his world. You
Yeah.
know? He was like, oh, I'll just be down here, continue with the press
Yeah,
conference.
yeah, I love that.
It was really weird though because like if you have a PC or are thinking about a PC and like it kind of did it was mostly just like if you have a PC you don't need to buy an Xbox. If you don't want a PC, buy an Xbox.
Yeah.
But if you don't want both, you just get a PC.
A lot of people don't want a PC.
Yeah, and then get an Xbox. But
Sure.
like
Did
you
they-
don't need an Xbox.
Did they make a convincing argument for those people? Do you think they sold an Xbox to that during that press conference?
No, not really.
No, they're gonna-
What they
yeah.
said is wait for the S or make a PC.
They began the process
There
of
you go.
convincing people.
No.
Yeah.
The S is slim.
Yeah.
The Scorpio.
Get the Scorpio.
No, they
wait
did.
for the Scorpio.
Yeah,
Oh
But
my
so,
God.
Scorpio
That was-
starts with the letter S, so don't be
man.
confused about that.
No, you have to wait for the S. The S comes out in August. It is a $300 slimmed down Xbox One.
But then why would you buy that when you could just
Yeah.
wait for
It's
the Scorpio?
potentially $300.
They were the first company
cheaper model.
in history
$399.
Oh, right.
to announce the console, and then before the end of the conference, that console was obsolete.
Yeah.
yeah, so I don't know. Should we talk about Project Scorpio? I mean, we talked about it a lot in the past.
No.
When it was like,
We don't know.
We don't need to talk about it.
We
The
didn't
numbers
see it.
already don't sound that impressive.
whoa, what are you
So-
talking about? It's the most powerful video game console of all time.
It's not even
Well,
out yet.
It's not even out yet. And like the numbers they were saying were less than the numbers discussed at I don't know, Bethesda or one of the other conferences where they were like, here it is running at 120 hertz or whatever, 128 hertz.
6
On
teraflops.
PC or
no,
whatever,
6 teraflops is what they were talking about.
No, yeah, they repeated that a lot.
I don't know if you should go down this path.
I don't know anything about these tech numbers. It's psychobabble.
It is. Teraflops is a psychobabble word for
Yeah.
sure. Yeah,
Fake
absolutely.
science.
Yeah.
Fake science.
I quantum tunnel
Fake
here.
science.
I quantum tunnel here from the future.
Witchcraft.
No.
We don't have teraflops in the future.
Woogity boogity.
Sea of Thieves was the best. Probably my best of
If
E3.
you have your research in front
Sea
of
of
you,
Thieves was a great demo.
Sea of Thieves was
Oh, yeah.
excellent.
Great demo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sea of Thieves showed the joy of playing a beta.
Yes, Jones, that word, joy. Yes.
Joy.
There's a joy is missing from a lot of press conferences, I felt like, and joy was there. It was
The
in
joy
that.
of playing a multiplayer game you've
Yes.
never played before for the first time.
Yeah.
The joy of a developer not telling you how to do a damn thing in the game and having you try to figure it out all on your own. I remember when Minecraft came out, I told my friend Brent, I was like, oh, you know how to make those things? He's like, don't tell me. I'm like, you don't know how to make something in Minecraft? He's like, I don't. I just like to throw things in that grid and see what happens.
Cool.
And some people really like that, and they got the right people for that.
Yeah. We Happy Few and that were my top.
Yeah, We Happy Few showed really well. I talked to those guys today. They're really
Yeah,
nice.
me too. Oh.
Yeah,
I
that-
talked to the Sea of Thieves guys too. If you have instruments, and if you have more than one instrument, other people have instruments, you'll play songs next to each other.
That's so cool.
I know.
Oh, I
It was
love it.
amazing.
Yeah, yeah. that's
And like
very
you
good.
can have as many pirates on your ship
Sea of
as you
Thieves is
want.
just going to be our Tuesday
You
stream
don't have parties.
for like
there aren't
3
like
months.
3 people parties.
No
It's
more
just, like,
voting. We're just
pirates.
playing Sea of Thieves on Tuesday.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I think
be
Microsoft
amazing.
had a very good show. I thought it was cool. I do wish they didn't end on Project Scorpio. I wish that wasn't like,
Yeah, that was dumb.
this is the thing we're most excited to tell you about.
Especially because like in the video, they had some shots where you're like looking at the horizon of something. I was like, oh, is that going to be the console? And like, no. Like, what was
It was
that?
the
What
word you already knew.
What was that? Well, no. They had like the word reveal, but they also had some other things. It looked like it was kind of like the edge of the Earth when the sun comes around. When you're like when Superman's like flying around the Earth, and it's just kind of the crest of something. Like, what is
like
that?
A CG processor with the words 4K on it, just slipping in your place. Oh my goodness.
I forgot about all that.
One last thing I want to say about that press conference: Microsoft's trailers for controllers are better than some people's trailers for their games. Microsoft had great trailers during that press conference.
Yeah,
Unnecessary.
great
though.
cuts. Yeah.
Yeah, I like it.
I like
Again,
the
the pace.
I
It was
like
a
the
good
new
pace.
controllers. I'm not gonna lie.
PC gaming show.
I totally missed. So.
It was pleasant, but we don't need to discuss it
Why not?
because it was just pleasant and that's fine.
They
That's
just
all it was.
need to pick a different time.
Yeah, it was ridiculous.
They should
'Cause
do.
it
They
over-
should do. They should next year if it's gonna be the same lineup. Do it Sunday in between EA and Bethesda. You have that giant gap. Just spend that time there.
Yeah.
You'll get more attention when you're going up against between Microsoft and Ubisoft.
And you go over and into Ubisoft.
Like, you're not doing yourself any favors.
Yeah.
Like, I get it. PC gaming, you should take it seriously, but trying to fight against other publishers doing their events, that's stupidity.
Well, I mean, that's why we all missed
Do it
the
in your own.
Half-Life 3
yeah.
reveal.
Yes.
'Cause
That's
we-
why we're
we
not
had to
talking. That's
switch
why it's
to
on your
YouTube.
list either.
Just didn't make my list.
Yeah, I didn't make
No,
your
no.
list because we didn't
missed
see it.
the
I thought it was
Half-Life
kind of.
3
I watched the trailer later. It's just kind of boring.
Really?
Yeah. Half-Life 3 kind of sucks.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess they've been working on it for so long.
I guess the
I also,
graph-
I also gotta wonder if it's like the Tonight Show. It's really just like a guy at a desk. It's like, okay, A, why is there a live audience? B,
To laugh and cheer.
To laugh and cheer.
I'm not
Tonight-
sure it
the
needs
late
that.
shows all have live
And B,
audiences.
like
Yeah.
just do a direct, just shoot ahead of time.
And
Just
do it
like
at night.
just get all these people that you want to, have them announce all the things that they want to do, and then just like show a video. But like, why are you gonna be like, we're the worst press conference? Like clearly, like we have the smallest budget.
I don't think it was the
You know,
worst
it's
press
like-
conference. I don't think it was the worst.
No, EA was the worst.
Yeah,
Just to be clear,
the
with a
PC
much
gaming show
bigger
just
budget.
kind of had some mediums and lows, and EA was like insulting.
Yeah.
To be clear, I loved the PC Plus press conference.
I did not watch it,
I
so
thought it was,
I'm
I thought it was
commenting on
great.
last
I
year's.
thought like the vibes were super good. It was
Great
really
vibes.
chill.
But
All
I
right,
just
I
don't
take it back.
remember anything that happened.
No,
to
Jones,
it.
it does hit lows. It does hit like, and now we're gonna sell you some AMD processor. You know
That
what I mean?
lady was a delight.
Yep.
I can't remember her name. What was her name? Lucy. Lucy was a delight. Lisa.
needs braces.
Lisa.
She was a delight.
Yep.
I liked the PC press conference. I thought Day 9 was very charming and funny.
He's a great host.
Yeah, I didn't want to give the impression that I thought it was bad. I just
think-
thought like it didn't like blow my mind. I would love to watch it.
Day 9 is, I think, like the only person in the world who's qualified for that, who can do like the showbiz hosting and also knows what's going on in PC gaming.
Yeah.
Like, he is fantastic.
And-
Con
he made
Man
all the
Man
jokes.
says, "Guy at a desk put down by a guy at a desk."
Ouch.
I
Yeah,
like that.
Jones. What
Thank
are you?
you.
Who are you to be a guy?
I know,
at a
yeah.
desk?
What?
Well, we don't have a live audience here, I guess.
Yeah, he was
And
funny.
it's also not a press
VR
conference.
backpack.
And the best, Day 9 made all the jokes
VR
that we were
backpack.
making.
Yeah.
Like, we would make a snide remark, and then he would make the exact same snide remark. And we're like, oh, okay. All
Not
right.
just that, Cliff Blazinski showed up with Lawbreakers, and
That
we're
was
like,
pretty cool.
And we're like, hey, this looks like Overwatch compared to Overwatch, and then he did.
Yeah.
Day 9 is like, hey, this looks like Overwatch,
Yeah.
and then it got compared to anime fans.
Like
And then we all
By
freaked
Cliff.
out, so we don't know what he said after that.
Yeah.
By Cliff Blazinski.
Next up, Ubisoft.
Yeah.
Damiani gently nods to Ubisoft. That's his vibe from that
He's
one.
like, that's right. That
Edgy.
did come next.
Edgy?
No live audience.
Edgy.
I'm offended.
Well, yeah. I mean, we are live. You are watching us do a thing live, but we do not have a live audience here.
I wish you could clap, chat. I wish the live Twitch audience could clap for us.
You don't exist.
Ubisoft is
You're all
interesting
there.
because
You're a figment of our imaginations.
it's
I'm the only one that's not on the phone, actually. Yeah.
like
You're not on a mic either, I would
Yeah.
remind you.
Go ahead, Jones.
you know what you're gonna get with Ubisoft.
What are you gonna get?
You know the type. You know Aisha Tyler's gonna be there. You know you're gonna get one of their big franchises. You know you're gonna get a big announcement at the end of it. You know they're gonna have something funny. They're gonna have a trials moment. Yeah, nice. Thank
They
you.
can clap. They can clap.
So if you're watching this later, if you're listening to this,
They're all saying clap.
the live Twitch audience is now applauding us, and to be honest, it feels good.
It feels good.
It feels very good.
Oh yeah. Wow.
Even our in-house audience is actually clapping
All
for
right,
us.
we did it.
That's amazing.
Okay.
I don't
must
feel
be a
loved very
great
often. Right now, I
podcast.
feel loved. Thank
Slow
you.
cap. Thank you, Poop Doop Troop.
Ubisoft had South Park. That's
The
all.
South Park
that's, all,
was
that's all they needed. Matt,
hilarious.
That's on Trey Barker. South Park. We're done.
No, like
Boom.
I honestly think they elevated
End
that
of
press
show.
conference. They
Yeah.
elevated it.
They always do. They just
Yeah.
they need to let them host one. Just go off on everything.
Absolutely.
Just let
And
them
they were
write
and they
the
were
whole
there
press
last year.
conference.
Like one quote I really liked from last year's press conference is like, "So what do you do in the game?" And he's like, "You really get into the fractured butthole. Like you really get up in there. You know, like, they're hilarious."
They like those butt.
But you know, you're gonna have
butters.
comedy. You're gonna they balance their show out really well. You have amazing guys like Vandenberg. Why I always forget his name, the For Honor guy.
Oh my
nailed it.
god!
You nailed it.
You just get really genuinely passionate
guy's
developers.
amazing.
You know that I can't think of his name now. The head of Ubisoft. Hello. Eves. You know, Eves is going to be fun and
Gamble?
genuine, and it's hard to be angry at the Ubisoft press conference.
I
for
think
me.
that the games that they did demo, well, those two, For Honor and South Park, also demoed really, really well.
Oh yeah.
South Park's demo was very well paced and very timed very well, and like even the little jokes of like the guy going to each chair and then Cartman being like, not that chair, not that one, not that one. Okay. And like when he like stalled and he's like, just leave the room, idiot. Like it was just really well done. And then For Honor was the reveal of a campaign was I'm so excited for that game.
Yeah, you know what? They didn't just try to make us laugh. They actually showed off a game and talked
Yeah.
about it as a game.
Yeah.
And I really
That
appreciated
game is
that.
gonna be so good.
Yeah. Ubisoft, and I think Aisha Tyler killed it. I think
She
was-
did a
She's
great
great.
job.
That's a tough thing to do.
Yeah.
To be funny and genuine, but read a script, represent the company. Get the message across.
Yeah.
And appear genuine. I think she is.
Yeah. She
I
killed
loved
it.
her joke about why do I keep doing this with all the love I get on the internet.
Yeah.
And then she's like, because I like doing this. And it's just like, yep. Anyway.
Finally, later that night, we saw a press conference from Sony about
Yeah.
the PlayStation.
5 stars, 10.0 across the board.
So if someone missed it, why was that a 5-star press conference?
They played a piece of music for a game we did not know what it was from in its entirety, and then began their press conference.
Oh, they just played it over the
Overture.
speakers?
A live orchestra with a live chorus of men like singing like
Yes,
the deep
dude,
guttural
yeah.
like God of War things with the woman on like a crazy drum. You're like, "Gah!"
Doing tooth and throat like stuff.
Yes. Yeah.
Close up on Brer McCreary just
Yeah.
grinning from ear to ear.
Vera Curry,
Yes.
renowned composer.
Only, I believe, people took the stage and said something a total of 4 times, and everything else was video and demos.
And it was only Sean Layden and Andy now. So
Andy
yeah,
House.
Andy House.
We don't say Andrew anymore.
they
They
did-
say Andy House. He's toned it down.
You can tell they were so careful about how they wanted the pace of their conference to go that they took the demo for Days Gone and pushed it to the end of the press conference just to keep. I'm assuming just to keep that that trailer. I wanted it to stop almost, like it was that intense at the
Yes.
beginning. Like 30 minutes into that thing, my heart was beating real hard.
Trailer
Also,
to
none
demo
of
to
them-
demo to trailer to trailer. Oh, man.
Yeah, and none of them felt like. I mean, besides the Crash Bandicoot moment, which I do really think was just a business thing that had to
It
happen.
started super jolly.
Well,
It was
yeah.
sort of coming out.
But like,
Hold on, Crash Bandicoot moment. What was that?
okay, so Sean Layden walked out with Crash Bandicoot's shadow on
wa-
the amazing LED stage beneath him.
Yes.
And then he said, "Hey, we're doing a remaster of Crash 1, 2, and 3." And also Crash, he almost kind of like buried the...
Oh, he did.
He was like,
Yes.
and Crash is a Skylander. Let's take a look at that.
yeah, absolutely.
And he almost, like, he didn't say it, but, like, the subtext was, and we are legally obligated to show you this trailer, like,
Yeah.
it really did seem like that. But it was very good, that whole thing. That was, like, literally the only lull, and it wasn't even that bad.
Yeah.
And Sean made a point where he said we're at the Orpheum. Where were
Shrine.
they? At the shrine. He's like, and we've been here before, but not for a while. And so it's clear that like they looked at the show they were putting together and like, let's do the shrine. Like
Yeah.
that this type of show is gonna fit that
Oh,
venue.
my God. Yeah.
But it was like, if you had to guess at the full amount of talking, it was probably less than 10 minutes in the hour.
I would, yeah.
And it was only more than 5 minutes because I think he gave a touching and very, very well done tribute to the Orlando tragedy.
Not to like rank them, but I thought that was the most
mean,
the
right.
most genuine and well spoken of the day. You know,
I'm very
like,
uncomfortable with ranking those.
you know what I mean? Like I don't want to do that, but like
But it was
Well,
like,
but-
and especially coming on the heels of that emotional ending. I mean, this is a little weird to say, but like the emotional ending of the God of War trailer, and then he goes into that.
Yeah.
I was like,
no, and then we
I was
saw a
almost-
small child being flung off of a rooftop. I mean, it was
later
just
on,
there was
that was afterwards. But yeah, it was just a very classy, well done press conference.
And Jack Trenton was always so damn casual on stage, and I think Sean it took a year or two for him to kind of like
Yeah.
get cozy in the role.
He was
and
awkward that first
he
year.
was confident, he was cool. He was perfect. He even
was
made
a
a
total
joke
pro.
where he came out and they were playing the theme, and he's like, "If any of you ever get a chance to walk out to a live orchestra playing, you should do it because that was amazing."
Yeah.
You know, like I'm enjoying this. You are enjoying this moment. So am I. We're all
Yes.
having a great time.
Yeah.
Versus
was
like,
great.
welcome to EA.
And it didn't feel like, and yeah, they didn't.
Now go to
they
London.
didn't announce Red Dead Revenge or whatever, and they didn't announce,
All sorts of stuff.
all sorts
Yeah.
of things, Dragon's Dogma, whatever. But like, it didn't leave you feeling like you were, jilted or whatever.
They didn't talk about or show the three huge moments from last year.
Yeah.
Final Fantasy VII, Shenmue,
They didn't-
and Last
they just
Guardian.
They
moved
talked
on.
about Last Guardian.
Oh, they
We
did
got
show
Last
Last Guardian. I
showed
apologize.
Last
But they didn't show
Guardian,
Shenmue or
but
Final
they only
Fantasy VII.
showed it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They just showed a little demo, and they're
Very
like, oh,
short
hey, there's
trailer.
two of them.
Yep. And a release date.
They showed the date. That's
They
all.
showed
And the
the
day,
date.
yeah, there's
That
that.
one's
October
the 25th.
25th.
October 25th.
October 25th,
This year,
2016.
2016. It is a real game coming out. Damiani, wrap us up. What is your lasting impression of the Sony press
I'm gonna
conference?
clear some wings.
Yeah. Get the bugs
Someone
out of
wings
me.
him up here the entire rest of the show.
Whoa.
neither.
Okay. All right.
Thanks.
Damiani, go ahead.
No Vita.
What a surprise.
Oh my God.
It was in the legal at the end.
That's your lasting impression. No Vita. You wanted them to show off Vita games in the middle of this amazing press
Or are you
conference.
happy that they didn't show Vita?
He's like,
Ian's kind of smart here.
show Vita. Show me some ports.
No,
You're
he doesn't
happy?
want them to show the Vita.
No Vita. They didn't even mention it by name.
Yeah.
Did you want them to?
Whatsoever.
Did you
No.
want them to?
I mean, I'm sad that like they can't show it any more love because it's dying or
Yeah.
dead. You can
Yeah.
say whatever you want, which is sad because you could have done a lot with it, and there were really good games on it. But it's clear that ship sailed, and they just didn't even bother. Just like,
Wasn't even in the ending montage.
Don't even acknowledge
Yeah.
it.
I
Don't-
mean-
no hype sizzle reel of here's some indie games coming to Vita at least. Didn't even do that. Just like, sorry Vita, you're
The
you're
Vita
no
has
longer-
lived a handheld's lifetime.
It's not. It's no Vita anymore.
It's lived for
Like,
a long time.
No Vita, like no life.
Vita means life.
I got
No
you.
life.
I like the way that you say because.
Do it again.
Because.
Well, you said it differently now.
Oh, okay.
Damn it! Now it's in my head. Now you know.
You said it the way I say it. You say because. I think
Because.
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 It's interesting.
I like to say because.
Diabetes.
But
No, hold on. Vita it's good to be dead. It's been around for many
Yeah, it's
years.
fine.
It's a handheld.
focus
it's
on
okay
what
for it
they
to die
do,
now.
what is doing well, and what they can do well.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying the P word because chat was pointing out that we need to stop saying the P word when referring to the tempo of a press conference.
As perfect?
Pace?
Ding, 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 ding.
Oh.
Get a rope.
Yeah.
I did like what Sony did. I did like that they did have people come out and briefly talk or introduce something, because it would have weirded me out if they just kept going with it. It was just Andy House, as you guys call
Right.
him.
Yeah.
Comes out.
He called
That's how he was
himself
addressed.
Does-
He's on
does-
Lower
does-
Andy House. Yeah.
I thought the lower third said Andrew
It said
House.
No, it said
Andy
Andy.
House. That's
Andy
why
House.
we're saying this.
Kojima also talked, by the way. Just
Okay.
Corrections.
Yeah, oh yeah,
Nice,
Kojima talked.
nice.
Well, that was
good
worth
save.
it. That was
That was
definitely
worth it.
like that
Oh,
was
yeah.
perfect.
Yeah.
But
Kojima transcended.
it would weird me out if the press conference had like almost no talking, like just an introduction and it just goes game. I do like some things that have just like a little bit of information behind them. Like I don't know. It just maybe next year I'll be like, no, go ahead, don't do any talking. Just
I think you do need to have
but then
some
why is it a
You need
press
to have
conference?
some
I do
presence,
like
yeah.
because there
Why
is
is it a
there is
press
hype to
conference
know
then when there's no talking?
who's in LA, who's at the E3, who's going to be at the convention center, who you might see. Like if they're just showing Gears, I want Rod to come out and say something.
Yeah.
Like I want people to represent their companies.
What about
I
God
just-
of War? That didn't have somebody come out and represent it.
They sh-
It didn't. Yeah.
I thought
Well,
that was
who
great,
would they
actually.
get at this
I think it
point?
worked.
There are exceptions. I think that was
Yeah.
the perfect game to open the show. So yeah,
Yeah.
you don't want to interrupt something if you just want to run into it. But
Yeah, Jones is right. He read my mind. You just need to parade someone out there when it's a big deal.
Yes.
Kojima, big deal.
Huge. Yeah.
Parade him out there.
Parade
let
him.
him say something. Wasn't too terribly long.
Yeah.
Cool. Show us your new trailer for your new concept.
also
for your
spoke English.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yes. Yeah.
Much respect,
I did
Kojima.
I did like that after the God of War trailer, they showed the guys over in the box, the orchestra box or whatever, and the guy was just like, yeah, good job playing that thing.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah.
And they were just like, yeah. It was cool. Like he played the live demo, and they didn't even say it.
What'd I do,
Good
Kyle?
stuff.
I made
Sorry?
you laugh. I made you laugh. What'd I do?
I had a horrible memory of a previous podcast
Oh, okay. Oh, no,
when you were
we're
talking
not.
about Hideo Kojima speaking English, and you know what's better off forgotten.
Okay.
I know what you're talking
Right, an
about.
hour
All
three.
right, well,
keep
you know,
going.
I
moving on.
know
Yeah.
what you're talking about,
going.
Kyle Boston.
It's time for bets. Let's do some betting, gentlemen.
All right.
All right.
Chad already saw mine apparently.
Wow, nice chat. Good
They
eyes.
got eagle
Well, you're
eyes.
telling us what last week's were.
Yeah, last week's bet. We bet on how many reviews there would be on Steam for Sherlock Holmes, The Devil's Daughter.
The Devil's Daughter?
It was the Devil's Daughter. Jones, you bet 22. Bloodworth bet 120. Huber bet a measly 40. Wow. Like, pretty wrong right there. And I bet 188. Oh, no. The actual number of reviews for Sherlock Holmes, The Devil's Daughter, on Steam is 290. Big win for number one, Mr. Kyle Bossman.
What?
Yeah, man, I bet 188.
Oh, he did 120.
Yeah.
I thought he did 190.
That brings our totals to... Oh, gosh. I forgot where our scores are at.
I believe.
Good job.
from the-
I think
from
it's
the-
3-9.
Yeah.
It'd be 3-9.
It's
2
3 to 9,
now?
man.
I mean, we'll get corrections. I'm
three.
sure.
No, you got 3.
I
I
saw
think
the
it's-
graphic. Yeah, is it 8? It was 8. You had 8.
Yeah,
so
I think
now
it's
you have
3-9.
Yep. So that is
Or 9-3.
Green Lizards 3. Red Eagles 9. Oh, man.
I think
Being excited when Kyle wins a bet is new. I
Yeah.
need to. It's interesting.
Right?
It's a feeling I'm not used to.
Yeah.
I'm getting confused, but with the talking.
Do you want to do it again? Nice.
Cool.
Okay, next week's bet, GameRankings.com. Oh, Mighty Number 9 comes out next week. Highly anticipated game. What's wrong?
I don't know. Maybe your hatred of that game has just worn off on me. I have no opinion about that game.
No, I
don't
love that
care.
game. No, I hate anime and I love that game. So like, it's a
Yeah, I
fun
wouldn't
game.
say hate.
alright.
I would say disappointment.
So is it disappointment with the game because you've actually played it, or is it disappointment with the development?
He hasn't even said the thing yet.
Jones is giving a tease at what the bet is. How many times when I look at 10 reviews on GameRankings.com for the PlayStation 4 platform of Mighty Number 9 at this point next week, how many times will I see the word disappoint?
Disappointment. Disappointed.
Disappointing.
Disappointing.
3
Jones,
times.
go
Any of
ahead.
them count.
3
Only
times.
3.
Hit me 3 times.
Going low.
Okay, Jones, I like that bet. Thanks, buddy. Thanks, teammate. Michael Damiani. 20. As
that
in
say?
2 times per review.
20. Damn.
Double disappointed.
Damn. Disappointed.
That's such a good answer.
There's gonna be a lot of disappointment.
Oh, my word.
Well, I just said 2.
Okay, Ian said
Ooh.
2.
Turn mine over.
Wait, isn't that what Jones said?
I got under you, baby.
Okay,
Oh, you
Jones
did.
said
He
3.
said 3.
get under
My
my
bet
skin,
is
Ian.
5.
Nice. Good job, Kyle. Good job.
Is Brad
Okay.
around? Brad, I need a locked-in sound effect. He's not. Ben,
He's
give me
in the bathroom.
give me a locked-in sound
Here
effect.
comes
Brad.
Brad, do a
Let
lot
me
of
lock
Mic
in those
on?
bets. Let me
Wait, I
lock
can do
in
it.
those
I can do it.
bets.
I can do it.
No, Brad's doing it.
Oh, Jones.
Yeah,
Brad, do it.
Get up in that mic.
Lock in those bets.
That sounded like an NES sound effect. That was pretty good.
That was
But
cool.
that's pretty good.
that's a good point. I would like to add a thing closing sound effect before the slam. You know,
That's
I would
what
like
I
to
had
add
before, and everyone hated it.
like a creaking.
Yeah, no, it was like a.
Okay.
If y'all watched the betting special, I've mastered the lock-in sound effect. I can just lend you that one, Jones.
With your
All right.
I layered 4 different sound effects I got for free. It's really sick.
Yeah. All right.
That's what I did before too.
Oh,
Brad-
did you?
Brad
That
of
was
the
like
year.
multi-layered?
It was like 6 different sounds. Everyone hated
Okay.
it, so it's cool.
Well, we don't like own those sound effects anymore, Ian.
No, I'm just saying everyone in chat. So one time, everyone was hating on it. It really affected
You want
me
Kyle? Wrap it
personally.
up.
Well, I always wanted to talk about Patreon. Oh, and we should mention that this week's episode isn't early to patrons, correct?
Correct. This is a weird week. I mean, it is E3, so the expectations might possibly be that we would not do the Easy Ally podcast this week because we are streaming. We are doing our E3 coverage. So we are going to be clipping this out directly from the podcast and sending it straight over to YouTube. But I mean, it also lessens the sting out of that. If you are paying patrons, thank you all for sponsoring the podcast. If you do, because you all have seen the podcast already, so it's like there is
It's out there.
a couple thousand people that have already watched it. So everyone else should get to see it.
What about iTunes, Kyle?
We'll get it.
No. This is somebody today said hey man, is the podcast on iTunes yet? And I'm like, yeah. Oh, okay. I'll check. I'll look for it then. And so we met someone today. This podcast is on iTunes. Not only that, it's on Stitcher, it's on Google Play, and it's on SoundCloud. Also,
I think to clarify, they were pointing out that you should call out every episode, which is a good point.
Okay.
To remind people, whether you just want to record something and stick it at the end, saying where you could find the podcast each week.
no. I think we don't need to record that. Then it becomes artificial. I should just do that thing at the end of every podcast.
Yeah, if you remember it, just remember, say like, and you can catch it later this week also on iTunes and blah, 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 blah.
And you can catch this podcast later on iTunes, SoundCloud, Google Play,
And blah, blah, blah.
Stitcher.
And you should include the link to them when they're ready.
What link?
In wherever you post this on YouTube.
The link to Stitcher and iTunes?
Good meeting, everybody. Wrap it up, Kyle.
Yes, man. I don't
Number
know.
2, Deep Stranding.
Deep Stranding though did show well.
Deep
Deep Stranding is good.
Deep Stranding, good game. It's gonna be great.
In my defense, the word steep is right beneath death.
Ah, okay.
Well, that makes it better.
Yeah.
It does.
Yeah.
Perfect.
I'm not like a total idiot. I'm like a sort of defensible idiot.
Steep Dranding.
Tick tock.
Deep Stranding.
Who's afraid of a
By
magic
Hardy
rock?
Go.
Who's afraid of ending the podcast?
Do you
Yeah,
think?
this-
Do you think
no
people like
Kyle.
listening to a podcast
No
where
Kyle.
where the people on the podcast just want to leave? Do you think that's enjoyable to people?
We want to talk about Zelda.
Sure. All right. Everyone, thank you so much for watching. Everyone on the panel, thanks you so much for being here.
You're welcome.
On Twitter, I'm at Kyle Bossman. The final word today is that Resident Evil 7 is not actually the biggest game announcement. Death Stranding is. The video I
He made a list and then. Okay, no, I'm sorry. I shouldn't say anything. I should continue. Quiet.
yourself.
All right,
No, just let him finish.
Huber and I shot a betting special. Those are always fun to watch. Those are cool. So check out E3 Bets Showdown, starring Michael Huber and myself, where we make bets on E3. Most of it's old news now. I think it still might be entertaining if you've not seen it. And my trademark sign off. Tomorrow is forever